Hi, welcome to Christine's Corner with me, Grandma Christine, reading you some children's books. My first book is A Friend is Someone Who, illustrated by Tanya Minicki, written by Mary Lee Joy Mayfield. For more information on the books that I'm reading, they're all by www.puppydogsandice-cream.com. A friend is someone who hugs you when you're sad or feeling blue. When things don't go as well as planned, your friend will comfort you and understand. So you see they're hugging. If you feel like stopping before you even start, a friend encourages you so you don't lose heart. Your friend will be there, waiting by your side, to give you the strength you need inside. See? He fell off his bike. If you have a special secret to share, it's good to tell it to someone who will care. When you don't want anyone to spread your news, a true friend won't spill out any tiny hints or clues. You and your friend hang around together. You share sunny jokes, even when it's stormy weather. Your friend always knows the things that make you smile, even if you don't always share the same style. When you're passing time with your friend, you wish the day would never end. Sometimes the simplest things you do will stick in your memory like happy glue. Your best friend can teach you how to soar, and if you're shy, your friend might get you to roar. Thanks to what your friend suggests, you might get to do something that makes you feel like a completely new you. If you're anxious and feeling a bit scared, your friend can help you get prepared. Soon you'll be brave enough to begin, and your friend will cheer the loudest when you win. Your friend can give you courage to face the unknown. With your friend by your side, you know you're not alone. Even if you both are scared, that's okay too. You can help each other figure out what to do. They're dancing together. They have to be right on cue. There isn't anything more wonderful than playing pretend. You can make up stories and act them out with your friend. You'll take turns playing the hero and the villain too. Adventure awaits. That there's treasure to pursue. When you're discouraged, your friend can make you smile. Silly jokes and antics lift you up after a while. And when your friend is feeling down, you can be the one to tell jokes, act silly, and change the mood to fun. You might feel that you'll never have a friend, but there's one easy way to make this feeling end. Just reach out to someone who feels the same way as you. It's the best way to start a friendship with someone new. Your big sister can be an angel in disguise. She watches over you so you don't do something unwise. Even though she might be older, she's your friend too. She's a special kind of friend who always loves you. Sometimes you're so filled up you want to explode. Your brother will listen and let you unload. Then, instead of telling you what he thinks you should do, he guides you to the answer that is right for you. As you grow up, you will attend lots of different schools. And when you get there, you'll need to learn new rules. Your teachers can be good friends. They care about you too. They want to see you be your best in everything you do. Here's your teachers. You got a favorite teacher at home? At your school? A friend isn't always a person. Pets are different than the rest. Even though they cannot talk, there are times when they know best. They stay close by and cuddle you when you're feeling sad, and bounce about and wag their tails when you're feeling glad. You got a dog or a cat? What does that for you? Aren't they? They're nice animals, aren't they? Your mom has always loved you from the very first day. She has a friendly way of teaching you while you're both at play. She shows you all the yummy foods that home chefs can make, and she'll be bursting with pride when you bake your very first cake. Have you baked a cake with your mom, or maybe your dad, or your sister or brother? Sometimes your dad is your best friend on earth. He encourages you to try harder and understand your worth. He'll help you step by step to reach your every goal as you practice to get the golf ball in the hole. Does your dad play golf? That must be fun, huh? Your grandma is part of your family, but she can also be your friend. You know you can tell her anything. On her advice you can depend. She tells you many stories about when she was your age and reads you books at bedtime as you turn each page. It's your grandma. Going for a nature walk with your grandpa is a very fun thing to do. He knows about the plants and animals, and he'll be glad to teach you. You can share your dreams with him, and he'll say he understands. As your friend, he loves to hear about all your adventurous plans. Is your grandpa? You do things with your grandpa and your grandma too? If you look in the mirror, you'll see a friendly face looking back. That's you. Be kind to yourself, be positive, and you will stay on track. Life sometimes gets bumpy, but no matter who you are, if you learn to be your own best friend, you'll always be a star. Do you look at yourself in the mirror and you tell how good you, and you say how good a person you are? Our next book is from the creative mind of Vince Cleghorn, I Want to Be a Dino Kid. This is the Dino Kid that he drew. Want to see if you want to be a Dino Kid. Again, it's illustrated by Puppy Dogs and Ice Cream. It was copyrighted and illustrated by Vince Cleghorn and Andrew Bisareb, colored by Vince Cleghorn and Yuri Bell. For my friend Vernon, the original Dino Kid. Puppy Dogs and Ice Cream is the publisher. I Want to Be a Dino Kid. Here's a big Dino Kid. I want to be a Dino Kid. I have lots of reasons why. Like, Dino Kids are dino huge and almost touch the sky. At bedtime, Dino Kids are never told to go to sleep. They get to watch TV while other kids are counting sleep. At Dino School, where Dino Kids are taught to scare and bite, they get to go in when they please, the afternoon or night. When bathtub time comes around, a Dino kid rejects the tub. They find themselves a swimming pool to have a soapy scrub. Don't you do all this that he's doing. When asked to eat his greens, a Dino kid will frown and then eat the trees at a public park, so he's never asked again. He sounds very destructive. When Dino kids get really sick, the doctors always say it's best to eat a Dino burger to keep the germs away. That's a big dino and a big burger. And it says burgers and fries twice daily. And when his shots are due, a Dino kid will grin. No needle is strong enough to pierce my scaly skin. If Mom forgets the popping candy on his birthday cake, a Dino kid can stomp his feet and make the whole house shake. Oh, that's not good. When hordes of spooky ghosts decide to creep around at night, Dino kid will roar so loud they disappear with fright. When visiting the barber, Dino kids put on a show by hiring helicopters for their monthly trim and blow. On Halloween, a Dino kid will always be the one to win best monster costume, though he doesn't have one on. I would be upset if he won all the time, right? The same person won? If he's told, go clean your room, a Dino kid will say, no problem, as he lifts the house and tips the mess away. And even shorter Dino kids are guaranteed a ride, as they're a whole lot taller than the height restricted guide. When playground bullies think to themselves they've scored an easy lunch, a Dino kid will knock them flat without a single punch. I want to be a Dino kid, so please don't make a peep, 'cause I can be a Dino kid when I am fast asleep. The end. Not too sure. That was the Dino kid. If you want to be a Dino kid, this is Mitch and Moose from the creative mind of Vince Cleghorn. Sticky business. This is the Moose. And we're still puppy dogs, and ice cream is the person, the publisher. Meet two jolly characters, Mitch and Moose. They just love snowy mornings. And this morning was the snowiest. Moose made the biggest snow angels. Mitch was the best at throwing snowballs, and together they built pretty good snowmen. As the weather grew colder and Moose's teeth began to chatter, they put on big woolly scarves and sipped hot cocoa to stay warm. It was the perfect way to start the day, but not everyone was enjoying the snow. Spinner the spider didn't like perfect snowy days at all. She had spent her morning trying to stick her web onto a frozen hedge, a frozen gate, and a dozen frozen trees. But as hard as she tried, the web kept slipping off the frozen icy surface. I have to find somewhere to stick my web, said Spinner, or I won't be able to catch any bugs to put in my soup. Mitch whispered to Moose, I say we help Spinner. It could be a great adventure. Moose agreed. Let's go. So Mitch and Moose each took a piece of Spinner's web and set off to find a place where it would stick. There's Mitch and Moose with a spider web. Mitch tried a builder's wall, but it was too drippy. Moose tried a granny shawl, but it was too flippy. Mitch tried a robber's bag, but he quickly realized. Moose tried a pirate's flag, but the ship capsized. Mitch tried a rhino's horn, but she was busy eating. Moose tried some sweet popcorn, but it spilled on the seating. Mitch tried a startled cat, but it started to yowl. Moose tried a fancy hat, but it made the man scowl. Mitch tried a wig in blue, but it was too floppy. Moose tried a giant's shoe, but it was too stroppy. Mitch tried a genie's tum, but it was jiggly like jelly. Moose tried a witch's bum, but it was too smelly. Then Mitch tried a warm doorstep, and the web stuck fast. Wow! Mitch and Moose were delighted and gave each other a high five. Then suddenly, oh no, the truck took off. Stop! They shouted, chasing after the van. Help! The spider sang. Mitch and Moose were sad now. They hadn't been able to help Spinner. We're sorry, Spinner, said Moose. But there just isn't anywhere to stick your web. Then Mitch noticed Moose's shadow on the snow and began to smile. I have an idea. With Spinner's web securely stuck between Moose's giant antlers, Mitch, Moose, and Spinner sat in a snowy garden drinking hot cocoa, waiting for Spinner to catch the ingredients for her bug soup. We found a spot on Moose's horns. Spinner's soup was full of juicy flies, fat bugs, and crunchy beetles that she'd caught in her lovely new web. Yuck! We hope you enjoyed the book. Mitch and Moose will be back in a new adventure soon. Goodbye for now, and see you then. See these all the bugs that the Spinner, the spider, caught for his soup. I have one more book just for you. Lost in the Woods. Have you ever been lost in the woods? It's the Great Bear Cage, written by Jason Kutasi and illustrated by Xavier Jimenez Radi. And it's ice cream. Puppy Dogs and Ice Cream are the publishers. Lost in the Woods. The Great Bear Brigade has lots of stories to share. Once you read their adventures, then you'll be aware of life lessons to learn and how to take care. They will help you live smart and always beware. It's a really cool hike when you get to play scout. When you know the way home and can figure it out. But the trail can be scary and fill you with doubt. When you're lost in the woods, no one can hear you shout. You should always think twice before climbing trees. You might grab a branch and stir up some bees. The brigade knows the forest and roams it with ease. There are tricks they can share if you just ask them, please. Before you get frightened and start losing your mind, the Bear Brigade will come to get you out of your bind. Remember their suggestions, which might help you find the quickest way back so you aren't left behind. When you and your friends go off hunting for treasure, tell someone where you're going and take a map for good measure. Have a plan to get home without any pressure. Knowing the directions will make it a pleasure. The Great Bear Brigade is simply the best. When they sense you're in trouble, they'll never rest, and all of their skills will be put to the test. They're happy to help, and they do it with zest. When you have a problem that leaves you perplexed, the bears have the answers, so you won't be vexed. You'll be flipping the pages and reading the text, following their adventures to see what comes next. I haven't shown you pictures in a while. They're in their tent, sleeping out in the woods. Have you slept out in the woods in a tent? Is that fun? Pay special attention as the stories unfold. These Bear Brigade's adventures need to be told. See, there's their tent. They're out camping out in the woods. It's pretty dark. And there's the bear and the Bear Brigade. Here's all the bears when they were finding them and helping them get so they won't be lost in the woods. And they found some water. They find the quickest way back so you aren't left behind. There are some pictures. That's when he was lost in the woods. You don't want to lose your mind. That's the Great Bear Brigade. And we also have the Big Bubble Trouble with the Bear Brigade. So if you want more information about the Bear Brigade, go to www.puppydogsandicecream.com. And thank you for coming and for listening to Christine's Corner with Grandma Christine. Tune in next week. We'll see more. Thank you.